Hello, everybody, and welcome to the table. So it is new knife day today, and so what I have to you comes from the geniuses over at Protech. So this right here is the TR-3 Integrity, and this is the long-awaited manual version of the knife. And so Protech, of course, is very well known for being an automatic knife-making company. They make a lot of side-opening autos. It's really their bread and butter. And this right here, again, one of their flagship models finally converted from automatic to manual opener. So why is that important? And so for me, this is important because I live in the state of California where full-size automatic knives are a big no-no from daddy government. So unfortunately, I can't really carry those. So what we get is the awesome Protech build quality in this full-size pocket knife in a manual thumb stud opener with that build quality. Man, the Protech just does it right. And so this one right here is the TR-3. Let me show you the box. So INT 101 blue, TR-3 Integrity, solid blue handle, stonewash, S35 VN blade with double thumb studs and a wide deep carry clip. So this is the variant of the knife I got. So the initial release, there was a blue model, a black model with a really cool pattern on the handles, and maybe a few others that I haven't seen yet. But again, very high quality knives coming out of Protech because, again, top of the line facilities, they know what they're doing over there. So what we have here is a button lock thumb stud opener. And again, without a spring in it, you're just using the thumb studs to flick open that knife. And precision is the name of the game here at Protech. Very slick, very smooth. The detent is absolutely rock solid and secure. Like that blade has no movement in the handle until you pass that detent. Just very well tuned, very well tuned. The button lock right there, we can see the button lock and the pivot are both kind of this darker stone wash to it, or not a stone wash, sorry, a bead blast finish to it. And again, just absolute drop shut action, very smooth. And this is one I would say it's on variants. Honestly, I don't even know. It's just incredibly smooth in the handle right there. So feels great in hand. And I was so happy when they released this model. Of course, they have it in this really brilliant blue coloration because a lot of the times the initial run it's going to be black and colors come later. But this time we have some nice blue to start off with. So this is the one I was looking for. So specs wise, we are looking at a stone washed S35 VN blade. Really nice drop point with this swedge at the top. So again, the TR-3 is not a new model, so we're just seeing the same model with a different opening mechanism. Aluminum handles, nice and heavy duty. The wide pocket clip, deep carry, single position, but it carries the knife beautifully. You can see the clearance right there. And this also has that nice dark bead blasted finish to it. Same thing with that hardware on this side right here. Super heavy duty hardware. Keeping these two aluminum slabs put together. Checking out the thickness of the handles. The handles are about 1/2 inch thick in their overall dimensions. Just everything machined very, very nicely. So again, knife in hand feels just great. And blade itself, let's check out overall dimensions of this knife because it's a full-size pocket knife for those of us who are, unfamiliar with the model. But in terms of blade length here, we can see we have about a 3.5 inch blade. And that is all sharpened edge right there. So 3.5 inches of blade and overall length coming in about 8.25 inches long. And so it feels very substantial in hand. And so before we check out the weight of the knife, let's go ahead and put it next to some other Protechs I happen to own. So the other Protech I own, this one also is of course not an auto. This is the lovely Malibu here. And so this is a flipper action, but we can see side by side the size difference. So the Malibu is a little bit smaller in overall dimensions. Again, same impeccable build quality that Protech is, of course, known for putting out. But you can see the size variations here. I also have two minis on the table because, like I said, Protech makes automatic knives primarily. And in this state, the only automatic knives we're allowed to carry are these small sub 2-inch models. So this right here is the Protech Calmigo and the Protech Sprint. So right there. So let's put those side by side. And we can see the Sprint has that same blue finish as the TR-3. So putting them up side by side, You can see there's maybe a slight variation in the color, but again, the Sprint here is a bit older. It's been in the collection a bit longer, so maybe a tiny bit of wear as well on the aluminum. The TR-3 is the beefiest on the table, and in terms of weight, let's go ahead and check them out because I was surprised at the differences in weights here in a pleasant way. So the TR-3 weighs in at a, let's see, 4.1 ounces. So 4.1 ounces for the largest knife on the table right here. The Malibu comes in, I think it's exactly 1 ounce less. So this is 4.1, 3.1, and the little guys on the table. So let's go with the Sprint. We are looking at a 2.1. So we got baby bear, mama bear, and papa bear. So exactly 1 ounce of weight differentiating these models from each other. You can check out the thickness compared to the Malibu. Put those side by side right there. So slightly thicker in overall dimensions. I know the camera, it's hard to hold it up at the right angle to get that visible, but it's slightly thicker than the Malibu in hand, you know? So the dimensions are just, again, a little bit beefier. So let's go ahead and close the blades, and because the Sprint for such a small knife is very thick, and the TR-3 is just a hair thicker in overall dimensions. But again, build quality is just classic Protech, very high quality, highly, highly recommendable. If you're in the market for an auto, you can't go wrong with Protech. Literally, you can't. And if you're in the market for now a manual knife, this is very, very well built. Made in the USA. And it's, again, ironic that they're made in California where they're illegal to even carry, but that's a whole argument for another video. But very nice jimping along the handles, lanyard hold here at the back. Just, again, the complete package in your hand, now available in manual. So the hard part here is going to be getting your paws on one of these because, again, as soon as they go in stock, they tend to go right out of stock. These Malibus continue to be hard to get your hands on, and I expect it's going to be much the same with the TR-3 here. So just keep an eye out on your favorite knife retailers and hope that you get lucky when a drop occurs. This is an example of what made in the USA actually means. And the price tag is accordingly so. But this one comes in at $225, which again, in my opinion, is very reasonable for what we are getting here in a US made knife, high quality materials, and again, beautiful build quality, slick design. You can't go wrong with anything Protech, but this even more so. I imagine a manual requires even more tuning than an auto. So getting these just right obviously took them some time and effort. So we appreciate what they're doing for us. And as a collector of knives myself, I appreciate it. And I'm so fortunate that I was able to pick one up on this initial drop in late October 2024. So if you have any questions about what you've seen here, any comparisons you want to see, feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to hear from all of you. But again, if you're able to pick up one of these, I guarantee you will not regret doing so. And I hope you all out there have a nice day. See you later.